Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. We hope you're having a great morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in your corner of the world. XRP transactions record new all-time high on Thanksgiving. The currency for the Ripple payment network, XRP's transactions are on the rise. Less than a week after its previous surge, XRPL transactions have hit another all-time high. This time, the transaction figure soared to 4.52 billion on the 28th of November. Nick Bougoulet, software engineer at Ripple, tweeted, "That works out to an average sustained rate of 55 TPS for 24 hours. Pretty cool." According to data recorded on XRP's chart website, the previous all-time high was recorded on 23rd of November, a day after the collective market dropped and fell below $200 billion market cap. On the same day, XRP became the most transacted cryptocurrency, leading the pack with other top coins such as Bitcoin and Ethereum following it. According to the same, Bitcoin transactions amounted to 306,000, while Ethereum transactions stood at 631,000 on the 23rd of November. XRP transaction figures at the beginning of the year remained below 600,000, going on to gain massive traction in October. The number of XRPL accounts created, however, did not show a similar pattern. The sudden surge in the XRP transaction figures has left investors baffled. Over the month, many speculations have arisen. Some suggested that a considerable portion of the transaction volume was derived from BTC IOU testing on the network, while others speculated market manipulation. Following the previous surge of XRPL transactions, Thomas Silker had also tweeted that XRPL was processing roughly 90 transactions per second, while being under attack by countless payments serving no purpose other than burning fees. Following the latest surge, a popular community member under the pseudonym Green Eggs and Ham tweeted, "I looked yesterday and they were just setting the same flag 20 times in a single ledger on one account. Unfortunately, just another manipulation attempt." Interestingly, according to the latest findings from London-based blockchain forensics provider Elliptic, nearly $400 million USD worth XRP tokens were tied to illegal transactions. This figure alludes to less than 0.2% of total XRP transactions, demonstrating that a majority of transactional activity is legitimate. Excuse me. Next piece of news, XRP heading to 0 or $60. Analyst clarifies controversial chart. A prominent crypto analyst and economist says fans of Ripple and XRP are upset with him for no good reason. On Wednesday, Alex Kruger posted a chart designed to show that cherry-picking an arbitrary starting date when analyzing assets can yield biased and inaccurate results. To illustrate his point, he posted a chart of XRP using a linear regression, a technical indicator designed to show potential trends based on price volatility. When picking a starting date of January 1, 2018, Kruger highlighted the fact that the indicator shows XRP going all the way to 0. On the screen there is a chart from Kruger. Kruger clarified his aim was to prove a point about technical analysis. This is not a prediction, used XRP and a simple statistical model to illustrate the bias introduced by choice of starting point or sample. Long bias is a regress from the starting point or lowest price point. Short bias regress from the top. I used XRP to illustrate how price predictions based on statistical modeling are heavily dependent on starting point. No, XRP could not go down to 0 by next February. After receiving a hefty dose of backlash, Kruger jokingly posted another tweet with a line showing XRP rising to 60 by the year 2030. There's also another chart for Kruger on the screen. Kruger says anyone thinking about investing in the extremely risky and volatile world of crypto assets should check their emotions at the door. Those who don't do so well will greatly increase the odds that they will lose it all, he says. I have come to the conclusion that most crypto investors should be or go broke, and would be much better off simply investing in the S&P 500 and hodling. Some ask why I said so. Crypto investors are progressively becoming more biased and irrational, getting overly attached to coins, almost as if each coin represented a religion. Generally, best to keep emotions and religious beliefs separate from investing decisions. Ripple DOP's XSongs might just be the music to everyone else's ears. That is our next piece of news. The life of an artist entails working long hours for their art, trying to meet the right people to get their artistry in the market, and paying a hefty amount to managers, labels, agents, or promoters. And I will add entertainment attorneys. However, at the end of all the hard work, sometimes one finds is a nasty rejection. Working in a creative field has its own setbacks and requires tough skin. Even though the emergence of various online marketplaces like iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify has erased the process for a new artist entering the market, the question remains, who likes to pay for music? Torrents have contributed to the life of content hoggers all around the world becoming easier. However, they have made it difficult for creative people like musicians to earn a fair wage for their creations. According to a report by NPD, only 37% of music acquired by U.S. consumers in 2009 was paid for. According to Frontier Economics estimates, internet users in America annually consume between $7 and $20 billion worth of digitally pirated recorded music. Further, an analysis by the Institute for Policy Innovation concluded that global music piracy causes $12.5 billion in economic losses every year, and results in the loss of 71,060 jobs in America alone. Apart from losing money to piracy, there come all the extra expenses associated with equipment, recording, production costs, booking commissions, etc. According to data collected by artist revenue streams, artists lose 53% of their gross income as their gross expenses. Adding piracy to the mix, the new artist must be hurting. I'll say from experience, it's mostly true, and I could add more to that. Musical woes. Can the XRPL product pose as a solution? Cryptocurrencies and blockchain have found their use in most industries by revolutionizing the realm of payments. Ripple has been at the forefront of creating instantaneous technologies for payments like its ODL platform for real-time cross-border payments, while only charging the barest of transaction fees, keeping up with the company's spirit. Greg DeWitt, Ripple's director of products by the day, moved to work as a developer by night and built a new product, XSongs. In an interview with AMB Crypto, DeWitt narrated how he conceived of the idea for his new product. I always wanted to build a better way for musicians to monetize their songs. The big artists receive less than 10% of their music sales. The non-mega artists receive nothing. That means we're not seeing a lot of what the world has to offer from creators because there's just no way for them to effectively monetize their content. XSongs is a free and open digital platform that allows anyone to sell his or her original digital content to the world for 100% of the revenue. The journey After understanding the injustice faced by artists all around the world, DeWitt started building XSongs as his personal project. At the same time, Xspring had introduced Xspring Platform for developers to help them build products on top of XRPL. DeWitt said, XRPL is why I started working at Ripple, so I wanted to use this project as an opportunity to build something directly touching the ledger. XRPL has a great feature called Destination Tag, which has allowed XSongs to outsource the invoicing of payments directly to the ledger. Built on top of XRPL, XSongs will not just support musicians, but slowly expand into a marketplace for everything digital, with songs, podcasts, digital art, video, written work, and even applications, all sold by the creators for direct payment. What DeWitt aims to do with this product is to take out the middleman standing between artist and aesthete. We'd say when a prominent XRP community member and lead XRPL developer built the XRP tip bot for community members to tip each other in XRP on social media platforms. Tipbot will also be a part of DeWitt's new product and will be integrated soon after its release, along with ILP. Since the product has been built on the XRPL, it supported only XRP. According to DeWitt, XRP exhibits properties to carry instantaneous payments and ability to settle payments, making it the best choice for his product. According to DeWitt, XSongs can find its footing leverage XRP before evaluating any other forms of value. The project has gained popularity among musicians ever since DeWitt informed the community about it. Grammy-nominated songstress Carolyn Malaki has inquired about DeWitt's product, along with Dion Talley, songwriter and producer, who is releasing his first album. Scrolling down, there was some information on Twitter from these artists. Back into the news. With the product still testing the waters, the alpha version of the product on 21st of October 2019 saw a growing interest from various artists like musicians, podcasters, digital artists, and producers. DeWitt recalled one artist made $934.03217, approximately $270 in less than 24 hours of the launch, all from a song he recorded on his iPhone XSongs. It would have been impossible for the artist to monetize the content without this platform. The focus of the product remains songs and will move forward with the addition of podcasts, while also simultaneously allowing the sale of private keys to digital art and original videos. XSongs aims to be an open platform for developers to post their original content and any form for users to purchase. The beta version for uploading music and purchase will be available by the end of November. The product that focuses mainly on musicians and other artists and allows them to earn a fair wage will always be free. The best part is that the platform will always be free for creators, and the creator will always receive 100% for what they've built. It's great to build something for the builders. With one product and one crypto, XSongs might be able to help those newbie artists who are trying to find their big break in the industry. Next piece of news, XRP and Ripple technology come together to power international payments. It is very interesting to know the various payment protocols used in blockchain technology, especially when it comes to international cross-border remittances. Ripple is one of the most trusted names in the domain of cross-border payments, and to strengthen its position, some of the Ripple's key persons demonstrated the process of global payment in front of audiences belonging to financial institutions, banks, and other stakeholders involved in the financial ecosystem. Ross Edwards and Kevin Moll, two key executives of Ripple, showed the fundamental steps that go behind the scenes whenever cross-border payments are made using RippleNet. During the demonstration, they took the example of payment to the Philippines and revealed the various payment pathways, interaction between stakeholders, and, more importantly, the convenience offered by the Ripple to end users in terms of sending, receiving their international payments with fast speed and a higher degree of transparency. Following are the steps that the Ripple network uses to create the payment globally. Number 1, this sender initiates the transfer process of crediting a certain amount of money to the beneficiary's account. Number 2, the messenger of the Ripple will swing into action, and it verifies the basic account information of both sender and beneficiary through the respective banks. Number 3, a third important step is a verification that is done by the Ripple's nodes to ascertain whether enough funds are available in the account of the sender. Number 4, once the liquidity part is confirmed, Ripple settles the payment and sends a notification about the same to both the sender and receiver. In sum, it is fascinating to witness so many protocols and nodes are involved behind the payment settlement. Ripple has resulted in a very high convenience for the customers, and its utility in the cross-border payments is absolutely amazing. And final piece of news for this video is Commonwealth Bank of Australia to launch Ripple payments soon. The Commonwealth Bank of Australia CBA plans to begin using Ripple network to settle payments between its subsidiaries soon. Commonwealth Bank Chief Information Officer David Whiting revealed the large bank's interest in Ripple technology yesterday during a speech at an event hosted by the Australian Information Industry Association, the AIIA. Technology news outlet CIO reported Whiting said Bitcoin is a protocol which is now being replicated by non-asset-based vendors like Ripple and others. We absolutely see where it's going to go. The bank has a role to play in that. As a result, we have done a whole bunch of experiments with it. We are about to launch using Ripple as a means to transfer payments between our subsidiaries. Commonwealth Bank's mobile app already features multi-currency bank accounts, which he noted supports up to 15 currencies, and that it wouldn't be hard to add loyalty points or digital currencies to it. It shouldn't be that difficult for us to then add cryptocurrencies to it and whatever other means of payment transfers people might want, said Whiting. Whiting, who became CBA's CIO last year, has been leading the bank's efforts to innovative. As highlighted in his speech at the AIIA event, CBA is exploring the many new trends in the banking industry. Their mobile banking app already is used by 3.5 million of Commonwealth Bank's 11 million customers, and is something the bank is putting a lot of resources into developing. CBA is also considered to be part of the Big Four Australian banks, alongside National Australia Bank, NAB, ANZ, and Westpac. When contacted by Bitcoin Magazine, a CBA spokesman confirmed the bank has been experimenting with Ripple and added that Commonwealth Bank will continue to test crypto protocols and soon begin a wider experiment with one of our offshore subsidiaries to explore the benefits of interbank transfers using these protocols. The idea is to test in a controlled environment what a bank-to-bank internal transfer might look like, using crypto rather than existing payment providers. The spokesman also stressed that use of Ripple's payment network will stay within the Commonwealth Bank Group, and they will continue to comply with all legal and regulatory requirements. The news comes a week after Ripple Labs announced a $28 million Series A funding round and a pivot to institutional use cases. Previously, the digital currency startup aimed to leverage its payment network for cheaper and more efficient remittances, but now Ripple Labs is focusing its efforts on correspondent banking, domestic transfers, and corporate treasury applications. Ripple Labs previously announced partnerships and pilots with several financial institutions, including global remittance provider Western Union. But according to Ripple CEO and founder Chris Larsen, there are many more that haven't yet been publicly announced. In an interview on the Breaking Banks radio show with guest host Chris Skinner, a fintech author and founder of the Financial Services Club, Larsen said, We have about 30 partners in various stages of proof of concept, pilot, and production. We have to respect when our partners want to announce they are using our infrastructure. We are very, very excited and pleased with the uptake we are seeing. And I will come back to this. Ripple Labs previously announced partnerships and pilots with several financial institutions, including global remittance provider Western Union. But according to Ripple CEO and founder Chris Larsen, there are many more that haven't yet been publicly announced. And as we've said here, Western Union has been working with Ripple for a few years now. People are very excited about the MoneyGram partnership, but believe me, the Western Union is a great deal larger, with over $5 trillion daily remittance. And again, that's still just the tip of the iceberg. As we've mentioned here, we've connected them to basically every financial institution. As this is, time will keep releasing all of those for the people who are uninformed and unaware. We are not financial advisors, and we are not giving financial advice. We're here for entertainment purposes only. Hope that you're having a great night, and we'll catch you in the next one.